Hi, everyone. This is Carolyn Speak, State of Our World, on Thursday, November 4th, 2021. So what is it? Good, better, and different? All three. Okay, what are some of the main headlines? Former Maldives President Mohammed Nasheed on climate risk and surviving assassination attempt. Meet the climate lawyer who helped write the 2015 Paris Agreement and superglued herself to Shell's UK headquarters. There's a few. How a fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty can guide a global just transition and emission. I agree. Okay, some of the other headlines. Global carbon emissions near record high as nations meet for crucial climate summit. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy narrowly wins re-election, an ominous sign for Democrats ahead of 2022 midterms. Socialist candidate India Walton concedes hard-fought mayoral race in Buffalo, New York. Senate Republicans filibuster voting rights legislation again. That's great. Well, that's very nice that they did that. I don't know what it is with this filibuster thing, but I think the Democrats have to show some courage. Okay, U.S. COVID-19 death toll passes 750,000. The death toll is so high because we had a leader at the time, former president, who refused to acknowledge that it was a threat, that it was a disease that existed, that it killed people, made people sick. He refused to do anything. I hope he gets the virus back again. Okay, now, and he's not alone. It's Boris Johnson of the United Kingdom and, what's his name, Bolsonaro of Brazil. Okay, now, White House warns of vaccine misinformation, urges parents to get children vaccinated. Russia records another record daily COVID-19 death toll. WHO approves emergency use of India's two-shot coronavirus vaccine, Covaxin. U.S. blacklists Israel's NSO group, whose spyware infected phones of journalists and dissidents. Okay, U.S. blacklists Israel's NSO group, whose spyware infected phones of journalists and dissidents. The U.S. has added the Israeli firm NSO Group to a trade blacklist following reports its Pegasus spyware was used by governments to target activists, journalists, and government officials. NSO spyware has been used on phones belonging to family members of assassinated Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi and reporters and dissidents from United Arab Emirates and Mexico, among others. Good. Let's put him out of business. Okay, now, protests in Mexico call for justice for murders of women and transgender community. Biden rebuffs reports his administration could pay $450,000 per separated child at the border. Okay. Now, well, good. Why not? Okay. Now, world's most polluting nations spend twice as much on border militarization and climate crisis. We have a migrant crisis because governments are spending more money on fortifying and militarizing their border instead of on making the climate situation better, attending to the climate change crisis. Okay, only one black juror selected. Trial of killers of Ahmaud Arbery gets underway. Mr. Arbery was a jogger in Georgia who was murdered by three white men, who was chased and murdered by three white men. Okay, New York City taxi drivers win historic victory as city agrees to new debt relief measures. Okay, New York City taxi drivers are celebrating the major victory after the city agreed to restructure medallion loans, which would eliminate millions of dollars in devastating debt. Under the agreement, individual debts will be maxed out at $170,000, down from an average of about $500,000. The city will also give the main lender a cash payment for each indebted driver and guarantee every loan. Taxi drivers had been on hunger strike for 2 weeks because before the deal was announced. This is Taxi Workers Alliance says this is a historic moment. These terms mean that over 4,000 to 6,000 families can get their life back. These terms mean that our brothers and sisters will no longer have a lifetime of debt. Yeah, the medallions. In New York City, the way the taxi industry operates, if you're a taxi company, you have drivers, or you're an individual independent driver, you have to have a medallion which you put on your vehicle, and it's like your license to drive a taxi in New York. Great. So you're going to eliminate the debt, get the debt down from 500,000 to 170,000. However, the main reason that taxi drivers are struggling is because Uber and Lyft, which are totally unregulated, have taken away all their customers. And the reason that New York started increasing the cost of a medallion under the Bloomberg administration because the city was in debt, so they thought they'd talk to the taxi drivers and get money easily from them. Very bad situation. Okay. Now, we know that Mr. Youngkin beats McCullough in Virginia governor's race. India Walton, a trans white person, trails write-in primary loser Byron Brown. In Buffalo, Eric Adams wins New York City mayoral race. Michelle Wu is the first woman biopic elected as Boston mayor. In Ohio, special House races go to Republican Mike Carey and Democrat Chantel Brown. Okay, that's very nice. So we have all these things happening, a lot of news. Now, Democrats really have to get their act together, and they have to really start working together in Congress to get these bills passed. The Build Back Better bill, the infrastructure bill. Okay. Now, how about a little music? Okay. What shall we sing? All right. Okay, let's sing, love you not if sad thy dreamings all through the night, though o'ercast bright stars are gleaming all through the night. Joy will come to thee at morning light, with sunny hope adorning, though sad dreams may give dark warnings all through the night. Angels watching ever round thee all through the night. In thy slumbers close surround thee all through the night. They should of all fears disarm thee, no foreboding should alarm thee. They will let no perils harm thee all through the night. I don't know the name of it, I just call it Love Fear Not. Okay, thank you for, I don't know who wrote it either. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Thursday, November 4th, 2021, for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow evening. In the meantime, stay safe, take care of yourself and others. Wear a mask, practice social distancing. When the vaccine is available for you and safe for you to take it, I would take it. I had my vaccine on May 27th. It was a Johnson one-shot. I was tired, and I had 2 sore arms for a week, and then it was fine. So, stay safe, take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.